Good afternoon and welcome to The Little Show.
The show dedicated to informing the uninformed and educating the uneducated.
I'm Marianne Mufundi.
And I'm Carolina Siro.
Today is Thursday the 2nd of March and it's the day after Ash Wednesday, meaning a lot of your friends and family will be giving up something for Lent. Are you giving up anything this Lent?
Well, I'm not really that religious, but I suppose I should give up chocolate.
Well, I've decided to give up red meat. It's only halfway through the day and I'm already craving a burger, so I don't see this lasting very long. But be sure to follow us on Facebook at The Little Show to let us know what you're giving up this Lent.
Well, good luck with that. And anyways, back to today's show. Coming up on today's show is Charlotte Creighton with the latest headlines.
Good afternoon, it's 3:30. I'm Charlotte Creighton on today's news. Are police cutbacks putting the public at risk? 5 workers have been kidnapped at a gold mine in the Congo. We have the latest updates. Proof of alien life? Scientists have discovered the world's oldest fossil. Watchdog has warned that police cutbacks are putting the public at risk, with some forces downgrading 999 calls. A report has found officers are arresting fewer people, with many crimes being sidelined. After 5 workers were kidnapped by armed attackers at the Congolese gold mine, it's just been announced a ransom has been demanded in order to free the individuals. Thought to be direct proof of life, remains of a microorganism estimated to be around 3.77 billion years old have been discovered in a remote part of Canada. Scientists have now said they expect to find evidence of past life on Mars. Now reports have found an alarming number of children spend the majority of their day indoors. The UK government have recently created a new campaign pushing schools, parents and carers to take children out as much as possible, whether it's to the park, the playground or the beach, as the benefits are important for their development. Our reporter Leah Formal went to meet people who were trying to make a difference.
Hello, Isabel. Hello, Isabel. Hello, Isabel. It's nice to see you here.
Isabel and her friends are enjoying a day out on Homestead Hill. Playing outdoors like this may seem common, but it isn't. A recent study by the government reveals the shocking statistics that 25% of children in the UK don't play outside at all.
It's incredibly important. It promotes the physical and mental strength and resilience, and they use imagination in a way that they don't have a chance and opportunity to use it in a normal environment.
Last July, the government started a national outdoor learning project to tackle the problem.
That's the way he's drinking all day.
It's the children who are quiet indoors or who've got some behavioural problems. When we take them outside to the forest, they're totally different children. The children who are shy in the class, they become leaders in the forest. We had a few children who were very shy and they were lacking from confidence, probably because they were sheltered really well by the parents. So often parents think that 2 or 3 year olds cannot do much because they're too little to cut, they're too little to drill, they're too little to climb, and they often hear the children hear, "Oh, don't do that, that's not safe, you'll get dirty." Parents watching us realize that actually children you obviously need to monitor them, but the children are clever enough to judge what is too risky for them and what's safe, what's not safe.
Good job. Make a little knot. It's the sounds and smells, and the weather is changing constantly, so they're exposed to loads of stimulation, much more stimulation that you get from the indoor environment. There you go! Look at that!
Take it home.
Yeah.
She's become way more confident outside, and she's very good at climbing trees now. And before she used to be very worried about getting messy and have dirty hands and things like that. And now she's happy to get messy and muddy and things like that. Do you like the forest?
Children at Med today found their study more interesting and more enjoyable than any other class. Could it be the beginning of a new way of learning?
And now it's over to our political correspondent Victoria Pennant with the latest news on Theresa May's defeat in the House of Lords.
Prime Minister Theresa May says she will carry on her plans to trigger Article 50 at the end of the month despite her defeat. The House of Lords voted yesterday to amend the bill ensuring the rights of EU citizens within 3 months of implementation. The peers voted 358 to 256, causing the bill to return to the House of Commons. I took to Holloway Road to find out if locals believe EU citizens should have the right to remain.
They've settled here and they're doing good work, so I'd like them to stay. But I'd also like our British citizens to have the same facility in Europe.
I think that they should be allowed to stay. I think that they have the right to stay, and I think that they do contribute to our society. I think it's also quite unfair to just exclude them.
Yeah, I think they should, because they live here already, they have lives here and families and friends and jobs, and the way that we voted on the 23rd shouldn't change that. They should be allowed to stay.
I think that everyone's got a right to stay where they want. We're all human beings. There is no colour. You shouldn't see people where they come from. You should see them as human beings. We're all the same and the world belongs to everybody.
So Victoria, why do you think Londoners felt the way they did?
Well, it's clear from the referendum on June 23rd that a lot of Londoners want to remain. A lot of people said yes when I was out there in the Holloway Road. So I'm sure that everyone's relieved from the vote from the House of Lords. And even though Theresa May is steering clear ahead with her plans to implement Article 50, so it basically means that the fate of EU citizens and their citizenship here in the UK is uncertain.
Well, Victoria, what would this mean for students already living in the UK?
As said before, it's still pretty uncertain. You know, Theresa May is pretty much going to go steam full ahead and is going to stay on track with her plans. So hopefully we just cross our fingers and hope for the best.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Just a 10-minute walk down the road from the studio is Finsbury Park. Patrice Wynne went to investigate the massive ongoing redevelopment in the area.
These Russian commuters are part of the 27 million passengers that use Finsbury Park station every year. The busy North London intersection is currently undergoing a massive facelift, part of the Telford Homes City North scheme. The scheme, which is the biggest development Islington has seen since the Emirates, will see the closure of one of the station's most heavily used exits until sometime in 2019. Fonthill Road retail owner Mr. Arpaki owns a Love Fashions clothing shop adjacent to the current City North building site.
I think in the long term, it's a positive thing. It's a development that's long overdue, perhaps. But it's a very big scale development. We're a very niche, small road here as business community, and it's a 4-year project, so it's going to be a lot of consequences we're going to face. I mean, just right now, I've just got in front of my shop, there's the heavy loads of the trucks have damaged the pipework underground, which means they need to dig up the whole of that side. So that's just the minor issues, but 4 years, we've got more projects, some major projects that's going to happen. So for the businesses here, especially the closure of the station, I think we're yet to see more trouble coming. And is anything being done to help the small guy or the small businesses to survive? Zero is being done through the authorities. If that's the council, if it's the Transport of London, if it's the developers. It's a good development, but as tenants here, we're totally powerless, and it doesn't benefit us. We're facing the consequence. We're the one who's going to pay all the costs towards it. But at the end, I think if our landlord tells us to go away here because this property has become too valuable all of a sudden, totally powerless. What could we do?
In an issued press release, David Campbell, marketing director at Telford Homes, said, "The station redevelopment will benefit Finsbury Park residents and all users of the station from further afield, who will be able to enjoy the new shopping and leisure facilities. We are working closely with our partners, the Business Design Centre Group, to ensure that the new commercial occupiers complement the existing businesses in the area." Alistair Reid, a resident of Finsbury Park, has lived in the area for nearly a decade.
It's all part of the gentrification of Finsbury Park, I'd say. The whole area is becoming more and more coffee shops and losing its ethnic base, which it's grown over the last 20 or 30 years. people aren't going to be able to afford to live here. So this seems to be part of that whole growth, shall we say.
And now it's time for some juicy gossip.
Oh yeah, it's that time of the day. Philippa, Adam, over to you guys with the latest on showbiz and entertainment.
And the top tweets of the day.
Moonlight walked away with the Best Picture honours at the end of Sunday night's Oscar ceremony in Hollywood. The presenters for the final award, Warren Beatty and Faye Dunaway, were incorrectly given the Best Actress award envelope. A confused Beatty saw Emma Stone's name in La La Land and handed the envelope to Dunaway, who then announced the musical as the Best Picture's winner. Scandal. Stormzy has spoken about his battles with depression and how he hopes his music can help others to identify and seek help. The rising grime hero revealed how he hoped that being honest and open about his struggles through his acclaimed debut album, Gang Signs and Prayer, would tell other people facing depression that they're not alone. In other news, Darren February, aged 33, was convicted at Owlsworth Crown Court for the raid of Simon Cowell's house. The jewellery raid happened while Simon was asleep and his security guard was using the toilet. Darren February has been sentenced to 8 years. And Beyoncé's not headlining Coachella, Lady Gaga is. Adam, it's over to you with the tweets.
Zelda has broke rave reviews on Metacritic, and it's broke into the top 5 games of all time, on top of Grand Theft Auto. Less than 10 people turned up to a protest planned by Chile fans, which was intended to encourage Alexis Sanchez to leave Arsenal Football Club. The same agent that has been used in anti-nail biting treatments is used to coat Nintendo Switch games cartridges in order to prevent children from swallowing them. And the UK City of Culture 2021 bids have been put in place. Cities and towns that have put their names forward have been Sunderland, Portsmouth, Coventry, and Britain's smallest city, St David's in Wales.
Good afternoon, I'm Yuna Kabongo. Theresa May's plan to trigger Brexit next month cleared major hurdle in the Lords. The government has defeated the first challenge in the Lords to its plan to trigger Brexit negotiation next month. Peers voted against an amendment to the Brexit bill demanding the UK retains its membership of the European single market. In the debate, former Business Secretary Lord Mandelson warned it will be an economic disaster for Britain to leave the single market. However, opposition frontbencher Baroness A. Tucker of Kentish Town accused supporters of the amendment of offering unrealistic hope that the UK could stay within the EU's trading area. The Department of Work and Pension have apologized for error in a double amputee's fit to work assessment. Despite having both his legs amputated just months earlier, Julius Allgate, 53, scored 0 via the point-based system to determine what level of benefit he was entitled to. Today is the 20th anniversary of World Book Day. The event celebrates books and children dress up as their favorite character and play games linked to their favorite stories. Vicky Bowles posted picture of her son on Facebook dressed as Argos catalogue and say it was his favorite book.
And that's all for today's news.
Stay tuned and make sure you follow us on Facebook and Twitter at The Little Show for the latest issues surrounding the city.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching. Bye.